So good morning class 12D. This is your first business studies class with me, and your unit test syllabus includes the second chapter, Principles of Management. All those who have a textbook or the printed material from that Poonam Gandhi's book, you can turn it up to the respective page of the second chapter, Principles of Management. Those who don't have, I have already told the people that they need to make a register, because I'll be giving you notes, diagrams and other important stuff. Also the important questions which are related to board point of view. In boards you also get the case study. So basically case study concepts will be based on how nicely you have studied the cases or the situations given, and on that basis derivations will be there. So I'll be giving it to you. On that note, I would like to tell you need to maintain a register with you. Has ma'am told you to maintain a register for business studies?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at any point of time, I may be asking you to show me all what you have written during the class. So it's better, even if you don't have it today, please write it down somewhere in rough and make sure from the next business turn, either it is next week or after the unit tests, you should be ready with a fair register to take down the notes during the class. So talking about principles of management. Before that, please tell me what is business management. Anyone? What is business management? Shubh, Shashwat, anyone? Samriddhi?
Ma'am, organizing and maintaining the things in an effective and efficient manner.
Very good. The two important terms that we derive from this definition is organizing the things into effective and efficient manner. Effectiveness should be there, which is related to cost, and efficiency should be there, which is related to time. Has everybody discussed these two concepts when you were talking about this first chapter? Efficiency should be there and effectiveness should be there. The firm has to complete the given task in the given time and also with maximum cost effectiveness. To do this, you require certain management principles. So what are the management principles? Management principles are basically the guidelines that people need to follow. We know what work is to be done. The next question would be, how will it be done? So the answer to this question, how will this be done? It will be answered with the help of the principles of management. So if you want to note down, you can write, principles of management are the general guidelines for effective management, and correct decision making in any business organization. What are the basic features or characteristics of management? If you can mention some, what are the characteristics of management? Anybody?
Universal applicability.
Ma'am, management is a goal-oriented process.
Very important. It has a universal applicability. It is not like that it will be successful in one organization and it will not be successful in the other organization. Because it has been tried and tested, it is universally accepted. It has a universal application. Somebody else was telling me one more point. Yes, next.
Management is multidimensional.
Continuous activity. Management is an intangible force that cannot be seen, but its presence can be.
Management is a group activity. Just a minute. One person should speak.
Ma'am, management is a group activity.
It is a group activity, it is a teamwork, it is a group task. In case any work in the organization is to be accomplished, it has to go through all the three levels of management: the top level, the medium level, the middle levels, or you can say, and the operational level. Remember the triangle which you must have studied, the pyramid: top level management,
Yes,
middle
ma'am.
level management,
Yes.
and the operational level management. Now all three, if they have to achieve the desired result, all these three have to function most effectively in the best way possible. It is not possible for the organization to earn maximum results if only the top management is working and the operations are stopped. It will also not function if the operational management are putting into their efforts and the top level, who is the decision maker, is not doing anything. He is not bothered, only let the workers do what they are doing. No, they will not derive a correct desired conclusion. So it is a teamwork. Another characteristic. Let you only tell me and I will explain. Third characteristic.
Management is multidimensional. Management is multidimensional.
Management is multi-dimensional. This is clear now. Management is multi-dimensional. Can you listen to me now? Fine. So management is multi-dimensional means the middle level has to contact to the top level and to the operational level as well. Also, he has to talk to all those who are in the same line with him. अपने साथ के लोगों के साथ, अपने से ऊपर के लेवल के लोगों के साथ, and with the ones who are working under the capacity below him. सबका coordination होना important है. So it is multi-dimensional. The organization has to discuss and manage things in all the directions possible. Sometimes as teachers, we have to discuss a few things with our principal. Also, we have to discuss a few things with the students. So what is this? This is multi-dimensional. Are you getting this, children? Fine. Okay, at any point of time, if you see that you are not able to understand, you please ask me again. Next, another characteristic. It is an intangible function. What are intangible assets? Give one example of an intangible asset. Goodwill. Okay, fine. Goodwill. Can you see goodwill? 2 kgs of goodwill is lying there. Possible? No. It is intangible, means it has a value but it is not visible, right? This is what is intangible asset means. In the same way, management cannot be seen. Management, it is going into the wires. No, not possible. But its effect could be seen. How has a management performed is shown in the performance and working of the organization overall. So management is intangible. However, it is very important to be there, but still it is intangible. अंदर कैसे functioning हो रही है, it is not visible exactly, लेकिन उसके results, उसका output, उसका outcome हमें visible होता है. So clear, it is intangible. Next, another point. It is a dynamic function. What is the difference between static and dynamic? It has some or the other thing to do, right? Changes with the pace, changes with the scenario, changes with the nature. Present tense, what is happening right now. Past tense, what is gone. Learning from the past experiences, looking forward for the future ventures, right? So it is a dynamic process. It has speed in it. उसमें गति होती है, वो stopped या स्थिर process नहीं है. So management is not static, but management is dynamic. Every day new evolutions are being made, right? For example, if a firm who is doing a business offline, in these nearly 1.5 years, what have we gone through? We have gone through lockdowns. What happened? The firms, the offices were closed, the shops were closed. For example, if there was a restaurant which was closed due to lockdown, people cannot come, sit and have food. What did they switch to? This switched to online food delivery. Swiggy, Zomato, Food Panda, Uber Eats. राइट. सो व्हाट इज दिस? दिस शोज कि मैनेजमेंट ने क्विकली डिसाइड किया अगर ऑफलाइन पीपल अवेलेबल नहीं है, सो लेट्स टेक आवर बिजनेस ऑनलाइन. हु हैज़ दिस टैगलाइन, टेक योर बिजनेस ऑनलाइन? लेट मी सी हाउ अवेयर you are. Very nice. It is GoDaddy, my dear. Please don't go to Big Daddy more, so that you remember GoDaddy, right? Okay. So take take your business online means it is the need of an hour to change the management policies. Change the management policies as per the needs of the market, right? मोर ऑफ द एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स आर ऑनलाइन. जितना भी यूट्यूब के वीडियोज़ के बीच में एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स होते हैं वो कितना ज़्यादा हो गए हैं अब. टेलीविजन वीडियोज़ हैव, टेलीविजन एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स पे अब लोग कम स्पेंड कर रहे हैं एंड दे आर स्पेंडिंग मोर ऑन द ऑनलाइन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और सॉरी ऑनलाइन एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स. वाई? बिकॉज एवरीबडी हैज़ मोबाइल फ़ोन इन देयर हैंड्स. नेटफ्लिक्स के बीच में जो ऐड वो देंगे वो लोग ज़्यादा देखेंगे. अब टेलीविज़न तो बहुत कम देखेंगे. तो it needs to have the capacity to imply the dynamic principles. जैसे ही market change हुआ वैसे ही हमने खुद को भी change कर दिया. So this is the concept of dynamic management. Are you getting this? Okay. Next point. Okay. Next point. It is a continuous process, dynamic process. It is not that every business organization decides what they have to do on 1st April and they don't have to discuss about it in the middle. Is that so? No. Even if the teachers decide about the syllabus in the beginning of the session, do we make changes in the syllabus? Yes, we do. Right? So this is a continuous process. Management has to be continuous in nature. The middle level has to continuously keep in touch with the top level. The top level management has to continuously find out कि जो task मैंने operational level और middle level को दिया था वो complete हो रहा है कि नहीं. So a feedback is very important. It is a continuous process based on what? Based on feedback, past performance and future plannings. Another point that you have. Yes, it has to be flexible. Now you tell me, the way a restaurant is working is not necessary that somebody who has a business of school bags and school dress, should he also follow the same policies? Buy one pizza, get one free will work for Domino's, but it will not work in this case. Buy 2 school shoes, get 2 more school shoes free. It will be useless. Right? So it changes. It changes from business to business. It changes from the need of one business to another business, and it changes with time. Suppose if I say buy one cassette and get one cassette free, nobody will be interested. Why? Because cassettes, tape recorders, they are not in use anymore. But if I tell you buy an iPhone and get an iPad free, you will be interested. Right? Because it is the need of an hour. So management has to be flexible. Firm to firm decision making और plannings different होती हैं depending upon the nature of business. अगर वो कोई production house है तो वहाँ पर management techniques इस तरह से काम करेंगी, cost effective. Make the things cost effective. Make this pen, you are making this pen for 5 rupees per pen, make this at a cost of 3.5 rupees per pen. Now, if in the same way it is a selling organization, it will say no matter at whatever cost you made it, sell it at more profit. So it changes from firm to firm and it is flexible. Next point. Universal applicability we have already discussed. Now, another point that I would like to add to it is mainly behavioral. Add this to the notes. It is behavioral in nature. It means बहुत ज़्यादा theoretical concepts के बदले we focus on what is practically applicable. Human behavior, human tendencies को study करके हम management की policies बनाते हैं. So it is mainly behavioral in nature. How will a human being react if he is put in this situation? Management talks about this. Another point that you write, another point that you have with you. Very good. It has one by one children. It has a cost and effect relationship. Some reaction is the result of some action. To every action there is a reaction. To every reaction there was an action, right? You know this? Come on, you must have studied this in physics. So to every action there is an maybe equal and opposite, or sometimes not equal and opposite, there is a reaction. So there is a cause and effect relationship which is followed in management. You make a right decision, you take your firm to heights. You take a wrong decision, you bring your business down. So is there a cause and effect relationship you see? Because you have taken the right decision, am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Are you able to understand these points? Please be clear about it. Okay, so there is this cause and effect relationship. Management has to find out whatever decision making they will make today, it is going to affect the business in the coming months or the coming years. So there is a cause and effect relationship. Any other point? Yes, it is contingent in nature. What are contingent liabilities? You have studied final accounts. Tell me, what are contingent liabilities? Anybody? Any liability which was unforeseen, जिसके लिए हमने provisions नहीं किए थे, हमें पता ही नहीं था कि ऐसा हो जाएगा. Those are contingencies. In the same way, management is based on all contingencies. You try your best, you make the best possible plans for picnic, and suppose it was sunny, it is the month of January, it is nice, bright, sunny, and suppose it rains on the other day. It is a contingency. In the same way, in management we try to make the best possible plans, but it can fail also if there are any unforeseen situations, unpredictable situations. Those are contingencies. जो problem अचानक से हमारे सामने आ गई और management को उससे deal करना, those are called as contingencies. Clear what are contingencies, children? Is it clear to you, children? Okay, fine. Significance or importance of management. Very important. What is the importance of management? Management is required because correct decision making is very important. Management is required because there has to be somebody who has to be the decision maker. If everybody will try to be a boss, what will happen? There will be utter confusion. There will be utter chaos in the organization. The low level workers don't know whom should they report. The middle level doesn't know whom to submit their reports and files. The top level does not know कि उन्हें duties कैसे assign करनी है. So there is significance of management involves, there has to be management in order to keep the things sorted. Another thing that you would like to add to? It helps in achieving group goals. They all work together at the same level and at different levels. So they work left to right also and they work top to bottom also. Have you studied this diagram? There is a triangle where arrows are going top to down also and arrows are going left to right also, which shows that management has to work with all together. It has to work all together. There has to be a teamwork. Any other point? One by one. Yes, Kritika, first you tell me your point. It helps in development of society. How? Every business has some social responsibilities to carry, right? Or sometimes you must have seen, if you have seen this advertisement, there is a hair oil brand which says, इसको जब आप खरीदेंगे तो इसका 1 रुपया जाता है बच्चों की एजुकेशन को, right? Or you must have seen there are taglines कि we have promised to donate 5% of our profit to this orphanage or for the school related policies of the government. So every business has to carry a social responsibility outside and inside also. They are responsible for their employees' well-being. It is the responsibility of my employer that I get good drinking water in the institution I work, that I get perks. Perks means additional incomes or incentives like bonus, like commission, in order for me to get boosted up. So these are the social responsibilities. Management has to take care of the social responsibilities inside and outside. Next point. Optimum utilization of resources. Okay, fine. Optimum utilization of resources means to utilize it in the most cost effective way. For example, if you purchase 100 kgs of raw material and because you wasted half of it, you could produce only 10 kgs, but it was expected that you will produce 20 kgs of finished goods. I repeat, you purchase 100 kgs of raw material to make 20 kgs of finished goods, but due to wastage, due to inefficiency of machine, due to inefficient labors, you could make only 10 kgs. So what is this? Is this optimum utilization of the resources? No, this was not optimum utilization. One more example, you hired 10 workers for a work, but you required only 5 and you are paying all 10 a salary. So salary of those extra 5 workers who are idle, who are sitting idle, सुबह से शाम तक फालतू बैठते हैं और अपनी सैलरी लेकर के जाते हैं. Is this optimum utilization of them? It is not optimum. There is wastage. So optimum utilization means to avoid wastage or to cause minimum wastage is the work of management. Another point. One by one. Shambhavi. Scientific decisions, because it is based on certain policies. We are talking about principles of management. Certain scientific policies are there. If you have studied the principles of F.W. Taylor, which were more scientific in nature, so the principles are based on some scientific techniques. They will not go wrong. It is expected that they will not go wrong. So they are based on scientific policies. एक formula जैसा एक क्वेश्चन में अप्लाई होता है वैसे ही दूसरे क्वेश्चन में भी अप्लाई होता है, वैसे ही रिजल्ट ओरिएंट कर और वैसे ही रिजल्ट डिराइव करता है. सो इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल्स. अर्श, डू यू वांट टू से समथिंग? यस प्लीज. Meeting changing environmental requirements. Earlier when people were not much bothered about greenery, saving trees, saving the environment from pollution, so they were doing the deeds as and how they like. But now we have polluted the earth so much that we are switching to go green, less plastic, less wastage, recycle. What is all this? They are fulfilling their responsibilities towards the environment. They are adopting the environmental changes. Earlier you see Spencer's, Big Bazaar and all, they used to give you those plastic carry bags. Shoppers Stop used to give you carry bags. But now what happens? 15 rupees का एक carry bag है. Why? To promote the practice that plastic bags will not be used. Right? So meeting the environmental needs. Or what else could be the environmental needs? There are certain legal policies which are time to time given by the government, and by following those government policies they can minimize the damage caused to the environment. Okay. On the vehicles, have you seen that pollution control वाला जो green color का patch लगता है? Have you seen that? हाँ. Why is it done? So that अगर आपकी vehicle enough pollution release कर रही है जो environment के लिए harmful है, your vehicle should get repaired. Okay, so these are the environmental needs. Any other thing you like to add? Personal objectives. Now everybody has a personal objective. If it is a management, if it is workers, or if the customers of the business, everybody has a personal benefit. सबका अपना अपना benefit तो business में ज़रूर होता है. And to fulfill each and everybody's individual benefit is the task of the management. You make plannings and policies in such a way that not only the top level gets all the benefits, but it is divided amongst the series of people who are involved at different levels. Next point. Training, education and research. For example, those who do MBA, those who do the research functions, all these need to go through the records which the business organizations make. So these management related decision makings, इन्होंने ये decision लिया और इससे इनको ये नुकसान हुआ या ये फ़ायदा हुआ. All that is dealt into the reports, and when the researchers, scholars, trainees go through these reports, they will easily find out अच्छा इस तरह के business में you should do these kind of activities. Is this much clear to you, children? Okay, okay. Do you want to add anything to the characteristics? Do you want to add to the characteristics? Any other point? Importance. What is the importance of management? It helps in making scientific decisions. When the decisions are scientific, they are more result oriented. It helps in the benefit of all the 3 levels of management. It helps the workers and employees to get a better working condition. It gets a redressal of their grievance. If there is a complaint, if there is a problem, it can be sorted up. And you can say it can provide the exact position of the business. It helps the owners, the management to find out whether the business was set up for this purpose, if it is meeting this purpose or not. It was set up for a purpose of profits. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि हमारी wrong decision making से losses create हो रहे हैं. So it is helpful in this regards as well. Now children, something very important from this chapter is Henry Fayol's principles of management. Have you studied Henry Fayol's principles of management? Have you studied Henry Fayol's principles of management? Who will sum it up very quickly? Is there anyone who can sum up the principles of Henry Fayol? Henry Fayol was a management thinker जिन्होंने कुछ rules दिए, policies दी which were applicable universally. These principles were proven effective in different business organizations, and on these basis we base our decision making even nowadays as well. So Henry Fayol, what exactly Henry Fayol gave as the principles of management? There has to be division of work. First point, please write down Henry Fayol's principles of management. Henry Fayol, F-A-Y-O-L, Henry Fayol's principles of management. First point, there should be division of work. He said it is very important to have decentralization of work. If I teach you English also, commerce also, accounts also and economics also, is it possible for me to do it? No, no. That means there has to be a division of work amongst different teachers. You do your job, I do my job. Division of work. Second point, authority and responsibility. To maintain a balance between, please take down the notes. Authority and responsibility. To maintain a balance between authorities and responsibilities of individuals working in an organization. Authorities and responsibilities of individuals working in an organization. More authority, more responsibility. Write down. More authority, arrow, more responsibility. Less authority, arrow, lesser responsibility. Are you getting this equation? Have you heard this? Have you heard this quotation? Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The more the responsibility is given, more risk will be there. And whom is it given to? It is given to somebody who is at the top level. Next point. There should be, Samriddhi, are you saying something? There should be discipline. Very nice. Please write down. There should be discipline in activities and application of decision. There should be discipline in activities and application of decisions. There has to be a certain channel through which the allocation of work should be made. It's not that I put up the duty on the notice board and I don't tell people where is the notice board. How will they get to know? Ma'am, हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं कहाँ पर लिखा हुआ था, right? So there has to be a proper discipline so that everybody knows what exactly they have to do in the business. Next point, there should be unity in command. There should be unity in command. In this you please write people working in the organization. I'll be asking you to show me the class notes, so you better note this down. People working in the organization should receive command from the same source, from a definite or same source. Sometimes I teach you, sometimes I tell Shashwat to teach you, sometimes Kushagra teaches you in the class, I will listen. Will it work? No. Teaching has to be from my end and learning has to be from your end. So there has to be unity in command, right? Another point. Unity of direction has to be there. The very important players in hockey example is given, or players of football. What they have to do? They have to drive the ball only towards the net जिसमें उनको ball pass करनी है, right? और एक टीम के सारे members कोशिश करते हैं that the ball should go to their court, right? अगर वो ये कोशिश करेंगे कि हमें लेफ्ट टू राइट जाना है और हम राइट टू लेफ्ट मूव कर रहे हैं तो क्या होगा? इफेक्टिव रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिलेंगे. इन द सिमिलर वे देयर हैज़ टू बी यूनिटी ऑफ डायरेक्शन. एवरीबडी राइट फ्रॉम द स्मॉलेस्ट टिल द टॉप लेवल मैनेजर, एवरीवन शुड पुश द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टुवर्ड्स सक्सेस एंड प्रोग्रेस. क्लियर विद दिस पॉइंट चिल्ड्रन? ओके, अनदर पॉइंट, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. Subordination of individual interest. Please write subordination of individual interest to general interest. It means ऐसा डिसीजन मेकिंग करें कि खाली मेरा खुद का फ़ायदा ना हो बल्कि मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करने वाले सब लोगों का फ़ायदा हो. प्लीज़ राइट इन दिस benefit should be shared by everybody in the organization. Benefit should be shared by everybody in the organization. Another point that you want to add? Remuneration to employees is included in that. कि सबकी equal development हो, employees को remuneration मिले, owners को profit receive हो, decision making जो करते हैं उनको उनका जितना भी remuneration है वो receive हो. So this is done. Another point, please write. Yes, Kritika, are you adding something? Okay, write down. Centralization and decentralization. Children, there is a lot more to discuss in this, but I guess the time is not allowing. How many points have you written till now? 7. Chalo, let's make it 10. Centralization and decentralization. There should be centralization of decision making and decentralization of individual jobs. There should be centralization of decision making and decentralization of individual jobs. Point number 9. This was point number 8 or 7 which you have written? 7. Write down point number 8. A scalar chain has to be followed. Children, please check out the message section. I have written the spelling. A scalar chain, CHAIN, a scalar chain has to be followed. Means command should flow in a definite direction. Commands should flow in a definite direction. Can you see the screen? It is blur. Okay, I will share this with you. Doesn't matter. There should be a scalar chain, means bottom level should communicate to middle level and middle level should communicate to top level. Also in the line, same level पे जितने भी लोग काम करें उन सब का भी आपस में there has to be coordination and flow of command. So there has to be scalar chain. Yes, Shashwat? हाँ, स्केलर चेन को अगर हम ब्रेक करते हैं, जब हम स्केलर चेन को ब्रेक करते हैं, सो व्हाट वी डू, जस्ट अ मिनट. This is how they are working, bottom level, middle level and top level. Now, this is a scalar chain, right? They are working in one order. But when they work left to right, अगर इस लाइन के किसी मेंबर को इस लाइन के किसी मेंबर से बात करनी है तो then we use the term gangplank. Then we use a term called gangplank. Clear with this, children? Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
gangplank.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Next point number 9. Right order at the right time should be received. Right order at the right time should be received. You should receive the correct order. ऐसा नहीं हो कि और टाइम निकल जाए और उसके बाद हमें पता चले ये करना था. Then it will be of no use. So there should not be wastage of time. And the last point, there should be equality. Equality for laborers, employees, owners, customers and everybody included in the business. There should be equity. Okay, for example, when the salary for two individuals who are doing the same job is decided, it is made sure A is working for 8 hours, B is also working for 8 hours. A is getting 500 rupees, B should also get 500 rupees. Right? Then only they will function effectively. If A will get 500 and B will get 200, how will he function? He will keep on grumbling over the things that he is getting more money than me. So there should be equality. Children, just 2 more points. Stability and Esprit de Corps. ESPIRIT. Esprit de Corps means there should be team spirit. There should be TEAM, team spirit. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Esprit de Corps means there should be team spirit. They should know that they have to work as a team. More or less the principles by Henry Fayol I have tried to conclude. F.W. Taylor, it is not possible to do all this in one period. So F.W. Taylor, I need this help from you children. Please go through the F.W. Taylor section in this second chapter, and if possible I will take second period on Monday. Okay?